Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel where I'm going to be doing Champions League predictions for game week 1 of the 2019-2020 Champions League season. Um, so obviously the group stage is back. So let's hope that we will get some good games. So obviously the first games of today are as follows. So tonight in Group F we've got two early games tonight. So we've got Inter Milan against Slavia Prague. That is a 5:55 kickoff. As is Group G game between Lyon and Zenit. That is also 5:55, and then all the others are 8 o'clock. And as far as tomorrow goes, we've got Club Brugge against Galatasary. That's also a 5:55 kickoff, and Olympiacos against Tottenham, which is also a 5:55 kickoff. So I'm looking forward to this. Obviously, as I did say last night in my Napoli Liverpool preview, I did say that I would be doing Champions League predictions, but I did say I would be splitting them. I've decided to basically not do that. I'm basically going to just do it in one straight video. Yeah, so that's going to be very, very interesting. So let's get the games underway, and the first game of the group stages is at the San Siro, and it is Inter Milan against Slavia Prague. Now, Inter Milan are top of Serie A at this present moment in time. Slavia Prague are top of the Czech League at this moment in time. So you would have to say that this would probably be a close game, but just fancy Inter Milan. I think they've started really well in Serie A. Obviously, they've got Romelu Lukaku in their ranks. They've obviously got Alexis Sanchez in their ranks as well. So I fully expect Inter Milan to win this first game. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Inter Milan. Now, the next game, which is a 5:55 kickoff, is Lyon against Zenit. Now, Lyon are 8th in the French Ligue 1, I should say, and Zenit are 2nd in the Russian league at this moment in time. Now, I think if everyone did see my Champions League predictions of the group stages, I did say this group, Group G, which has obviously Lyon, Zenit, Benfica and Red Bull Leipzig, I did actually say that this would be a very open group. And I think it is one that's really hard to predict. Obviously, Lyon have had a bit of a sluggish start in Ligue 1, but they've got a really fantastic team. Obviously, they've lost Nabil Fekir now, but they've still got Moussa Dembele, who was obviously linked with a host of English clubs this summer. Zenit, not sure what we expect from Zenit, but they're usually pretty good in the Champions League. They're usually very, very good in the Champions League, of course. But for this game, I'm going to go for another home win. I just think Lyon may have a little bit too much over Zenit, but I do expect Zenit to be very, very dangerous later on in this group. So I think it will be a very, very tricky game for Zenit. They don't seem to travel very well either. But once you go to basically Russia, that's a different story. Zenit are very, very good in Russia. So I reckon that Zenit will probably be able to win their home games. But we shall see what happens. But for this game, I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Lyon. Now, this is the first of the 8 o'clocks. Napoli against Liverpool. Now, for anyone who has not seen my Napoli-Liverpool preview, then please go to my last video. I will just say now that it was a match preview, and obviously my prediction is there as well. But obviously it's 4th against 1st. Obviously Napoli are 4th in Serie A. Liverpool are 1st in the Premier League. But for this game, I'm going for a 1-1 draw. So there we go. That is so obviously, look at my match preview of Liverpool-Napoli. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Obviously, I did a match preview already. But for me, I'm going for a 1-1 draw between Napoli and Liverpool. Red Bull Salzburg against Genk. Now, Red Bull Salzburg are first in the Austrian league. Genk are 9th in the Belgian league. Salzburg, well, we all know about them because they had a fantastic Europa League campaign 2-3 years ago. They made the semis and almost made the final, obviously getting beat by Marseille in extra time was that one. Genk, don't know much about Genk, but obviously they have been in the Champions League before, but they are struggling domestically. So as far as this game goes, I have to say I think Salzburg will be far too strong for Genk, and I'm going for a 3-1 win to the Austrians. I just think that this group obviously will depend on how Liverpool Napoli do, but you would expect probably Liverpool Napoli to finish top of this group, and then probably Salzburg probably to maybe get the Europa League, but who knows? I mean, it's a very, very tricky ground to go to, Salzburg. They've been fantastic at home, so I think they'll be hard to beat, definitely. So I think Salzburg will win by 3-1. Now, Group F, Borussia Dortmund against Barcelona. Now, Borussia Dortmund have started really, really well. They're second in the German Bundesliga. Barcelona are fifth, but it has been a very slow start for Barcelona. But the reason is most of their players are injured at the present moment. Obviously, Lionel Messi, he could be back tonight, I believe, but Luis Suarez is still out. So obviously they've been trying to rely on sort of Antoine Griezmann to get them the goals, and it's just not quite happened for Barcelona. But Borussia Dortmund obviously second in the German league, Bundesliga. They did lose at the weekend though. That was a bit of a shock, losing in their game. I think it's good to get Borussia Dortmund out of the way. Obviously, this group is potentially the group of death, because obviously you got Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, Inter Milan, and Slavia Prague. So for me, it is definitely the group of death, this one. I think it's Borussia Dortmund's best chance to beat Barcelona. And I actually think that Borussia Dortmund will win this game because of obviously Barcelona's injuries. It's going to be a very, very tight game, but I just think Borussia Dortmund will have too much. I reckon Jadon Sancho is going to have a good game. I reckon that obviously Paco Alcacer, if he is available, I think he'll have a good game as well. So I think this is Dortmund's best chance to beat Barcelona, and I think they will. I think Dortmund will win this one. I'm going for a 2-1 win to Borussia Dortmund. Group G, now obviously Benfica against Red Bull Leipzig. Now at the present moment in time, Benfica are second in the Portuguese Liga, and Red Bull Leipzig are top of the Bundesliga. So they've had a very, very good start to their campaign. Obviously Red Bull Leipzig, obviously I know about them. Timo Werner is still at Red Bull Leipzig, so it's quite interesting to see that one. Obviously we've still got Emil Forsberg as well. They've got a good, really, really good team. Benfica, obviously, been in the Champions League a long time as well. Seem to keep making it as well. You know, they're definitely a good side, Benfica, and it's always a tricky place to go to, the Estadio de Luz. This is a very, very tricky game, I think. Estadio de Luz, I think that's right. Obviously, because it is called the Stadium of Light, and obviously British terms, obviously for the stadium. So for this game, I think it'll be a very open game. I can see some goals in this game. I think Benfica and Red Bull Leipzig, like I've said, this group is really, really open between Benfica, Red Bull Leipzig, Lyon, and Zenit. I just think that this will be a score draw, and I think it'll be a very close game. I think we'll see some goals. I'm going for a 2-2 draw between Benfica and Red Bull Leipzig. Chelsea against Valencia. Now Chelsea are 6th, Valencia are 13th in La Liga. Obviously Valencia have just got rid of Marcelino, who guided them to the Copa del Rey win against Barcelona last season. So yeah, it's not been a very good start for Valencia. Chelsea obviously 5-2 winners over Wolves at the weekend, and their youngsters are looking really, really good. As far as this game goes, I know it looks a tough group for Chelsea, but I just think that Chelsea will probably win because of home advantage. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Chelsea. Ajax against Lille. Now, Ajax at the present moment are first. Lille are fifth. Ajax, obviously, the story of the Champions League last season. obviously getting to the semi-finals with a very, very good team, and obviously getting some big scalps along the way. Obviously, Real Madrid and Juventus going out to Ajax. I know they've lost Frankie De Jong, and obviously they've lost Matthias de Ligt, but the main players are still there. Obviously, you've still got Ziyech, you've still got Tadic, so they've still kept the bulk of their squad. I'm not sure they can go as further as they could last season, but I do expect them to have a say in this group, and I think it'll be a very, very close game. But for me, I think Ajax will be too strong for Lille. I'm going for 2-0 to Ajax. So that is Tuesday's games over and done with. Now we have Wednesday's games, which is Club Brugge against Galatasary. Now, Club Brugge are second. Galatasaray are fifth in the Turkish league. Club Brugge, obviously, they don't seem to do very, very well in Europe, but just because of the fact that it's in Belgium, I just think, because obviously Galatasaray never seem to travel very well, I think that Club Brugge will win this game, and I'm going to go for a very narrow 1-0 win to Club Brugge. Olympiacos against Tottenham. Now, Olympiacos are first in the Greek league, Tottenham are third. Olympiacos, it's a very, very tough place to go to. Obviously, you know, they've had some scalps there before. They have beaten Arsenal before. They beat Manchester United before. I think they got something off Liverpool as well, many, many years ago as well. So it's a very, very tricky place to go to. And actually, I think Tottenham will be pretty pleased to actually say that they get this one out of the way for sure. I'm going for a 1-1 draw. I think Olympiacos can get something from Tottenham, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. PSG against Real Madrid. Now, PSG are first in the French Ligue 1. No surprise there. Real Madrid are third. Real Madrid have had a little bit of a sluggish start, I would say. You know, they've lost a couple of games. They've obviously drawn a couple of games as well. Obviously, they won at the weekend as well. But, you know, like I said, they have had a sluggish start. They're missing Eden Hazard. They're also missing Sergio Ramos tonight as well. For tomorrow as well. So I think PSG, this is a very good time to play Real Madrid, and I think PSG will take advantage. I think obviously Neymar, obviously he's still at PSG. I think he'll have a say in this one. I think PSG will get the win, and I think I wouldn't be too surprised if PSG actually win this group. But we shall see in the coming weeks. But at the moment, for this game, I'm going for PSG to win by 2-1. Bayern Munich against Red Star Belgrade. Now, Bayern Munich are fourth in the Bundesliga. Red Star Belgrade are third. As far as, Bayern Munich, obviously, we know all about them. They've also got Felipe Coutinho in their ranks now. They've got Serge Gnabry. They're going to be there or thereabouts, I think. I think Red Star Belgrade, obviously, last season, it was a very tricky place to go to, Red Star. It really was. But this game can only really see one winner. I'm really sorry to say this, Red Star Belgrade fans, but I think you'll get a bit of a beating from Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich always very strong at home. Yeah, I'm going for Bayern Munich 6, Red Star Belgrade 0. Dinamo Zagreb against Atalanta. Now, Dinamo Zagreb are second, Atalanta are fifth. Obviously, Atalanta, this is their first time in the Champions League, so welcome to the newcomers. Obviously, Dinamo Zagreb, we obviously know about them. Croatia, always a tricky place to go to, definitely. But for me, Atalanta, they're looking pretty good in Serie A. I think they will win this one. I think they'll go to Croatia. I think they'll grind out a win, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to the newcomers. 2-1 win to Atalanta. Shakhtar against Manchester City. Now, Shakhtar are first in the Ukrainian league. Man City are second. Now, obviously, Shakhtar, as far as I'm aware, they are no longer playing at the Donbass Arena, and that's been since 2014, obviously due to the war. So at the present moment, they're playing at the Metalist Kharkiv Stadium in Ukraine. So yeah, it's a shame because I did like the Donbass Arena, I must admit. it was a very good stadium to go to, and obviously Shakhtar did beat Man City a couple of seasons ago as well. But yeah, 3 out of the 4 seasons Shakhtar have met Manchester City, so I think it'll be a very interesting game, this one. And for me, obviously, when Man City losing to Norwich, then maybe people will say, okay, maybe Shakhtar have got a chance here. Shakhtar seem to always score against Manchester City, even in Ukraine. So I think they'll get a goal, but I think Man City will be just a little bit too strong. I think they'll grind out a win. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Manchester City. Atletico Madrid against Juventus. Now, Atletico Madrid are second in La Liga. Juventus are second in Serie A. Another fantastic game of football to watch. I mean, you're spot for choice. You've got PSG, Real Madrid, or you've got Atletico Madrid, Juventus. Yeah, very good game to watch this one. Far as this game goes, I just think that I can't really separate them. I think these two are definitely going to be first and second. Which way, I don't know. But obviously, like I said, I did do my group stage predictions a wee while ago, so obviously check that video out as well. But for me, going for a 1-1 draw between Atletico Madrid and Juventus. And the final game of Wednesday is Bayer Leverkusen against Lokomotiv Moscow. Now, obviously, Bayer Leverkusen, sorry, I should say, are 8th in Bundesliga. Lokomotiv Moscow are 5th in the Russian league. Because it's in Germany, Lokomotiv Moscow never seem to travel very well. I just think that Bayer Leverkusen will be far too strong. And I'm going for a 3-0 win to Bayer Leverkusen. So that is it. That is my Champions League Match Week 1 predictions. I'll go through them very quickly as well. So so Tuesday's games: Inter Milan 2, Slavia Prague 0, Lyon 2, Zenit 1, Napoli 1, Liverpool 1, Salzburg 3, Genk 1, Borussia Dortmund 2, Barcelona 1, Benfica 2, Red Bull Leipzig 2, Chelsea 2, Valencia 1, Ajax 2, Lille 0. That's Tuesday. Wednesday, Club Brugge 1, Galatasary 0, Olympiacos 1, Tottenham 1, PSG 2, Real Madrid 1, Bayern Munich 6, Red Star Belgrade 0, Dinamo Zagreb 1, Atalanta 2, Shakhtar 1, Manchester City 2, Atletico Madrid 1, Juventus 1, and Bayer Leverkusen 3, Lokomotiv Moscow 0. So that is my predictions. I'm sure you've got your own. Leave them in the comment section below. Also, let me know who you think will win the Champions League this season as well. But yes, Champions League is back. Looking forward to the games tonight, and yeah, should be very good. Good luck to your teams, and also let me know your thoughts of the big games. So thank you for watching, and I'll be back very soon with another video, probably tomorrow, with my Premier League predictions for Match Week 6. So yes, so lots of videos coming up very soon as well, and also I'll be doing Europa League predictions as well for the British-based clubs, so that should be good as well. So thank you very much for watching this video, and please hit that subscribe button, hit a like, share, do to your heart's desire. So thank you very much for watching this video, and thank you very much for the continued support of me and my channel. So yes, look forward to the matches tonight, especially tomorrow. PSG, Real Madrid, and Atletico Madrid, Juventus. 2 fantastic games. So enjoy the Champions League. Hope your teams do well, and I'll see you later for the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye bye for now.